meeting here. All right, so let's share my screen here. Oh my gosh, where the heck is my share my screen? Here we go. You'd think that I do this for a living or something. All right, let me go. All right, so Shayna, let's start with, what do you like about your LinkedIn profile and what do you not like about your LinkedIn profile?
I am an oversharer, so I probably put more than is needed. I think sometimes I need help paring it down to what is absolutely necessary.
Okay.
My picture is decent.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So one of the first things, you guys can all see her profile, right? Okay, awesome. So one of the first things that I'm going to pick on everybody's profile about is that they are complete. So it is very easy in the world of social media to be an imposter, right? So the first thing is you're going to want a banner on here. In the deck, you'll see a couple of profiles that are not complete, especially when it comes to this background picture. And it is blatantly clear when someone has just thrown it up there and there's not one on here. So I'm going to show you, actually, let's pull another profile here real quick. I also think that real estate is prime when it comes to LinkedIn. So I am a huge Canva user. Canva makes it extremely easy to just duplicate a LinkedIn banner. If you use Canva, you can just get in and pull up a demo or a sample, type in LinkedIn banner, and it will show you a bunch of them. So for example, here is mine. We use this on the majority of our social media platforms just from a continuity standpoint, but I put all kinds of words on mine. Here is a couple of things that I would make note of. You want a different picture. One is more formal, one is a little bit more casual. The other thing is, if you have a web address or you have some kind of tagline, here is a good place to put it. I'll show you another one. Mario is one of my trainers and he does a really nice job on his, he says, he's a guy, so let's just be blunt. This is literally LinkedIn hard, like this is what you get. However, he's a little bit more serious in one, he's smiling in the other, and he just really loves this quote. If you know anything about Mario, this is his life's motto. So you can see two different choices, but definitely a big difference when we go from somebody who has the background banner versus somebody who doesn't. Okay. So I would, Sheena, for me, I would maybe find one that says, especially on LinkedIn, one that maybe says something about finding connections for students and local businesses in terms of mentorship. Don't waste that, that opportunity. Sorry, one second. Okay, so there's the first one. The second one is, I really like the fact that you're linked here with Ashland University. Fantastic. Does anybody know what this bell is for? Okay, so the bell is a new feature on LinkedIn. If I hit this bell on Shayna, I can actually do this with anybody that I'm linked to or not linked to. That means anytime she puts something on here, then I automatically know that she has posted. It will come up in my alerts. So for those of you who are prospecting or want to see somebody, like I'm dying to know anytime Shayna puts something on LinkedIn, I am now getting the notifications on her. It's actually a really awesome thing. Sorry, I'm stuck in customer service hell right this second, so I'm in a chat box on my other computer. My apologies. All right, so love that. Here we go. As we scroll down a little bit more, you have everything here linked. So what would happen if you were not linked is all of these cute little logos would not be in existence. They would be an ugly gray box. So what is this? Brunswick City Schools, I'm sure, has a logo. So I would go through here and I would link this right here. All right, so a couple other things. You need some endorsements. So because you're building the program that you want to make sure that you reach out and get a few people to say, hey, we've worked with her program in the past and she is what she says she is, and this is a program that works for me, or this is why we found a benefit in partnering with her. You don't have any right now. So that's an easy one to do. You can also give them. So if you have students that you are building LinkedIn profiles, this is a great skill for students to have, then you can also reach out and give endorsements for students. People who don't understand the value of a recommendation letter, students that are getting them for college and things like that, exact same concept here. You can see on Mario's profile as we go down here a little bit. So like these are ones that he's given. Apparently nobody likes Mario recently. Let's go back to mine. I am a huge advocate that if these are old, you need to ask for them. Let your customers know, hey, I'm going to be asking for these, or, you know, would you mind giving me an endorsement or a recommendation? I'm kind of specific about mine. So you can see like these are ones that I've received and they're recent, January, June. So one of the things that a lot of people really struggle making the differentiator here is LinkedIn is no longer just your resume, it becomes your portfolio. So if you don't make that transition, it will be out of date one, but it's no longer a living, breathing thing. And this is just the portfolio, or this is just the kind of business side of it. It's not even the posting side of it. Any questions about the recommendation piece? This piece is kind of. All right, so then I will show you one other thing that I really love about this pending button right here. When you get a recommendation from somebody, it doesn't automatically go up there. So these aren't like horrible Google reviews that you have to then vet out. If somebody misspells something or you would like them to edit it, you can actually see it before it goes on your page. Or if you really hate it, just don't put it up there. So you can see it. You can actually, I don't have any pending. I actually like the reviews that I get. But yeah, these are all just the requests for people. But yep, you can actually see who you've sent requests to and if you have any coming back. Okay. Sheena, I would say for you, this is a good student thing, you know, kind of be your own best student on this one.
Yeah. Hey, Kat, can
Yes.
you, if you have a pending one and it's old and the person and it's obsolete now, can you just get rid of it?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can get rid of it. It should time out. I actually don't know the answer to that. That's a good one.
Okay.
Okay, so then this skills section right here, this is a new update to LinkedIn. Skills used to be a general topic. Now you can actually link your skills to each job that you've had. So where you used to say, oh, well, I'm good at Microsoft Word, right? You can actually go in and say, hey, by the way, I got a specific Google certificate at Medina Schools here, or I got my Google certificate when I was at Brunswick, and then I got a renewal here. So I would highly suggest that you're specific. If you are actually out, one of the things that I game in the LinkedIn situation is I will periodically go in and apply for a job that I don't necessarily want. And it will show me, hey, by the way, these skills are required in this role that you should have. And I'm like, oh yeah, I totally do that. Yes, I'm Lean Six. Yes, I know how to do Microsoft. Yes, I know how to do this. Because it's a lot of freaking work to go back and think, oh yeah, 10 years ago when I was at Verizon, yeah, I did know how to do all those things. So if you want to be specific, for those of us that are going back, you can notice some of the skills that are missing. So just one of the adjustments that was made. This profile actually looks very, very good. You have a couple of things that you could update in it, but other than that, this looks really good. All right, one of the other things I will tell you, this tagline is long. So
That's me.
here's the, no, a gifted teacher has a long tagline. I can't imagine that. All right. So here's the flow that I would tell you. I help blank, do blank. That's what this should say. So I help gifted and talented students find mentorship opportunities with local businesses. I help gifted and talented students with a new curriculum pairing their ideal prospects or their ideal career aspirations with local businesses. It can be long, but it needs to be purposeful. So I help ABC do 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Something about passions I'll put in there. Perfect.
Yep, I like that. I absolutely like that. Okay, what questions do you have for me about your profile as a whole so far? Do you feel battered?
No, I kind of started it and thought it was like Facebook that you shouldn't have 50 million followers. And then I have a speaker that comes in and was like, oh, you need way more connections. And I've just kind of not put it at the forefront, but obviously it would be very helpful for me to put it out there in better ways and get more hits and connections and find placements.
Yeah, so if you have to jump off before we get there, you can ask me offline about something called SSI and actually searching local connections. If the rest of you don't see me get there, we'll talk about SSI and actually how to search local connections.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, who wants to be brave? Anybody else that I took off at the knees? Nancy. All right, okie doke, here we go. Okay, Nancy, what do you like about your profile? What do you struggle with about your profile? Oh, you're on mute, Mama.
I don't love my banner, and now I have some great ideas about how to change it. So,
okay.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to change my tag to be more conversational. Like you said, I help, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But I like that's what I don't like about it. What I like about it is I try to keep it updated. I haven't really, and I try to diarize to every 3 to 6 months, ask for new testimonials. And I'm going to do that because I want to keep that fresh. So I've already learned several things from just listening to you, but yeah. I do try to keep it as up to date as I can when I get new clients or new skills, or I do new project, whatever, I like that about it.
Okay, couple things that I can already see that are different that we'll bring up. You are in creator mode. I am a huge advocate of creator mode. Creator mode opens up a ton more tools. So while Shayna's was not in creator mode, every single one of you should be in creator mode. Here's what some of the things it gives you. It gives you the ability to follow hashtags. So even if you don't feel that that's necessary, it brings them to the forefront of your profile. So you can find things like you've got here, executive coaching, leadership coaching, professional development. For Shayna, like we've been exchanging emails, she's specifically looking for local opportunities, mentorship, civil engineering, right? So you can get super granular, even if the hashtags are kind of sporadic. We follow our own hashtag, as self-serving as that is. We use Breathe Life In, so we follow our own hashtag. You only get that opportunity in creator mode. And you can see she's in creator mode because she's got this little yellow LinkedIn right here. Okay, so that would be one of the things. The other piece that I think is extremely important that Nancy is taking advantage of is she's got her website listed in her profile. So she doesn't necessarily have to maintain both, but one piece of information is leading to the other. So one of the things we're going to get to on Jess's is Jess does the most of her content creation is on LinkedIn. Is on Instagram. She's comfortable there. She's got a lot of followers there. She's really only here in LinkedIn because she's being forced. So what may make sense for her is that her website address actually pulls people to Instagram. But again, make sure you're using real estate smart. You don't have to necessarily work harder here, you have to work smarter. So this is a really great find for her as well. Okay, so providing services, this is showing up for Nancy rather than Shayna because she's in creator mode. The other thing that Nancy is using is this featured section. So let's talk about content here for just a minute. One of the most important things that all of us can do, no matter what your business is to have content that displays what you do. Show a PowerPoint, show a video, show something that meets the modality of the person that is going to see your profile. LinkedIn at this point is more like having a website. If you don't have a website, do you really exist? If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, do you really exist? Like LinkedIn asked me the other day if it wanted to verify my identity via Clear. I was like, are we serious? This would get you into the airport. Are we really doing this? They are. They're verifying people's identity via Clear, which is kind of great, I guess. So you need to have a profile that verifies, hey, this is how I work with other people. It's giving you street cred. So post some of your videos that you've got from other platforms, post some of your class work that, people are going through. It's another version of getting a recommendation, getting a testimonial, that type of thing.
Yeah,
so Nancy,
can you post, I didn't know, like, could I post a promo reel on the in the featured section?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my speaker reel is, I don't know, you're going to make a liar out of me. It used to be here. It very easily could have been changed. My daughter is responsible for making sure right here. Yep.
Oh, no,
speaker.
there you are. Okay. Yep. Is it the same as like on Instagram where you have 30 seconds or something?
That's on YouTube, so there's no telling, but like this talks about our app. This is an in-person training. This is Mario and I training on in-person on Vimeo. This is a YouTube video. This is just me talking to the camera when we went virtual. Okay. So awesome. Yep. Okay, so again, just kind of make sure that, again, this is that portfolio concept versus a resume concept. This is one of those options, like for you, Sean, if you are showcasing your work, show me what you got, right? Like this doesn't have to be, oh, well, I don't have work. You should have work. It's kind of your portfolio. All right, so here's your about section. All right, so let's talk about your about section. This should not be a dissertation. If I show you this real quickly on Nancy's, like think to yourself, would I be willing to read through that? If you are willing to take the time to read through this, I just put this on Instagram the other day. We currently have the attention span less than a goldfish. Thank you, social media. So 1.7 seconds. Okay, so if you think you're a bougie enough writer and somebody's gonna absolutely hook into what you just wrote up there, you do you. If you're not, then you need to shorten this. And also, with all the love in the world, don't puke your answers on people's shoes. This is supposed to meant to draw people in and get them to continue coming to you. Yeah. There's a lot of people that'll say, oh, well, no more than 5 sentences, or, put out your mission statement or whatever. I don't think that there's, excuse me one second. I don't think that there's a be all end all answer to this one, but I do think that you have to do what's right for your business. So just make sure you keep in mind attention of a goldfish, 1.7 seconds when you go to put this up here. Got it. That's okay. A great suggestion. Couple things, the fear finding project. Does this have a page that you can link to? And then kids empowered by your support. Does this have a page you can link to?
Well, the Fear Finding Project is my company, so I could link it to my website landing page. Okay.
No. It needs a LinkedIn page to link to.
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, yeah, no, I don't have. Okay.
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 So great point. If you own the business, you should own the handle on LinkedIn. Because do you want somebody else to take it?
No, but I don't want to build a LinkedIn page for the business though. So do I
That
have to?
you don't have to build the page, but
Okay,
grab the
okay.
handle, put the logo
Okay.
on it, and then link it.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Like, so that's kind of, here's my cross information. Like, I own the domain for all of my kids' names. I own Oxygen Coaching Group on Threads, X, Facebook, even though I don't use it because I don't want somebody else to come in and take it and then make it mine. So
Okay.
even if you don't, Jess's eyes just went, you want me to do what? You, it's a security issue on your branding.
Yeah.
So don't be dumb. But Bobby Carlton was the one who gave me the heads up that I needed to own my kids' names, their domain names, because somebody literally can come in and own their domain name and colleges will literally take it. So I would go get the corporate page, simply put your logo on it, maybe some contact information if you want, and then link it here. Okay, what questions do you have for me? The rest of this looks really good. You did a nice job. Did you prep for me?
No. Now I've been working on this for several years, but this is really just great information. I'm gonna definitely tighten up some stuff, and no, it's great. I really appreciate it.
Okay, love this. All right, who's next? Sam. She's like, I don't know if I'm ready. Are you and I connected on here? Did you send me a connection?
Yeah. But it's under, okay, so here we go. It's under the Human Code Coach. Evidently I'm both Samantha Brown with a bunch of numbers because, like there's not another Samantha Brown, right, in the world, but it's the Human Code Coach. Yeah. Or you can, there you go. Or it's connected to Connect More. So this is the problem. Oh, why is there no picture? Bruh. Okay.
Okay, grab that connection real quick.
Oh, that's your screen. Hold on one second.
And then you said you have the Human Code Coach also?
Well, it's supposed to be the same. Samantha Brown is the Human Code Coach. Okay, I accepted.
Okay.
That's, yeah. That should be me. Well, this is interesting. Usually it's the logo. I love seeing it because I don't ever see it from me, not my view. I guess I just.
Sure. Okay, here we go. We got you now.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, so because we weren't connected, I came up as like a my CM logo didn't come up. It was like no profile picture.
Yeah, what kind of file is this? Is it a JPEG?
Either that or a PNG.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay.
Is there a reason why you don't have a picture of yourself on here?
Not really. I was just, everyone kept saying I need to get the brand out there, the brand. So my company is Connect More. My solution or product and service is called the Human Code. But then there's me.
Okay.
So like I'm everything. Who am I to whom?
You the bomb.
No,
baby.
no,
Okay.
it's confusing.
Amen. Okay. And what do confused people do?
Nothing. They don't take action.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's what I will say to you. Your logo, the Connect More logo, is beautiful. I love it. People who see your face. So one of the primary things that we say in our boost group, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit, is that engagement on posts that show your face increased by more than 50%.
Wow.
Okay. So and I mean, like, just for a general topic, why do you think that is?
Personalized. I mean, they just feel a human connection.
Yeah. Authenticity. Like, we jokingly talked about Jess's Instagram page. It's amazing. And you can get on and see it. Every single one is Jess. She's close to the camera and she's talking directly to you, not to the thousands of followers that she has, to you. So right now, when we look at yours, I'm wondering if there's even a human behind that, unfortunately.
Okay.
So I would encourage you, even if you don't want to make it your small picture, mobile versions and activity on LinkedIn is actually higher than desktop users. So this is more important even than the backdrop, the wallpaper. I would encourage you to have your face in one of these two.
Perfect.
Okay. And then I would make sure it's a JPEG file so that you don't have that grayed out version. That's my best guess. I'm not telling you for sure, but that's my best guess.
Okay.
All right. So a couple of awesome things. Obviously you're in creator mode. You've got your hashtags. I love that. This tagline, however, if you don't know what the human code or connect more is, you're struggling. So I would maybe add or change, I do ABC, I help ABC with 1, 2, 3, or, and then talk about these trademarkings and some of this other credential that you have deeper into the profile.
Okay.
Okay, so you're leading in and hooking and then telling them how you fix it. All right, so link to your website, love that. I would maybe try to see if you can get this network mastermind to link.
Okay.
You've got some great media here. I will tell you, if I'm being nitpicky though, these are all posts and not necessarily, like when you saw mine, they were different types of media, because it has to do with what type of learner you are. So if I don't want to click on a post, but I want to watch a video, then I would be kind of stuck. Unfortunately, there are a ton of people out there who don't want to read the post, but they will watch the video. Right? Kind of crazy.
Interesting. Okay.
So if you're picking featured items, make sure you're picking different ones.
Good point.
Okay. By the way, I'm being nitpicky now.
Yeah, no, I want it.
Okay. I also will tell you that you've got items here that you chose that don't really have a ton of engagement. 6 comments, 1 comment, 1 comment.
Okay.
I took that feedback on my YouTube channel, and I will just tell you that is the most gut-wrenching feedback ever. So I'm sorry to do that to you, but like when you look at your LinkedIn and you're like, oh, I just picked what I think is the best featured item and it's got the least interaction, an outsider's like, oh yeah, that's the best thing that she's got. That's awesome. It's got 12 likes. But then, if you look at based on interaction and you've got posts that have 400, 500 likes or, whatever, that should be featured, because that's what's buying. That's what's engaging. Okay. So do some consideration on that as well.
Darn that judgment.
I know, right? It actually helps the algorithm as well.
Yeah.
So, take it for what it is. We hate to sell to it, but it is what it is. Okay, so your about section is actually very eye-catching. So I like the fact that it's got the color and some of it's very broken up. I would just ask you the same thing. Is it something that you would want to read that deep into? So take that for what it is. Okay. You're linked very well, whatever. Oh, okay. All right. So I would leave that the way that it is. John Deere, man, my son would love that. Woohoo. All right, so that all looks really good. Okay, so a couple of other things. So your skills section looks very similar to Shayna's. Okay. Some of these items need to be put specifically to, like you've got it right here, skills, project management. here, you can see how it breaks them down. You can have a ton more skills under each one of these, and you've done some of it.
Okay.
I know some of your background, and I know you got a lot more skills on some of these. So
I know I really suck at promoting myself. But that's okay. I'm working on it. Work in progress.
I know, that's right. Practice makes progress.
That's right.
Okay, so all right, you're also missing recommendations.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so what questions do you have for me on yours? You guys are like uber prepared for this class.
I think for me, it was back to, I'm probably the opposite of Jessica. So maybe we should connect sometime, right? Because LinkedIn is where I'm comfortable, 25 years in corporate, right? And so I'm trying to not be so corporate-y, so much like corporate, right? And I am very personable and fun, and the thing is not reflecting. I'm reflecting too much as professional online. And I think it's because that confusion of, do I show up as Samantha? Do I show up as Connect More, the founder of Connect, like the owner of Connect More? Do I show up as all of that is also the human code coach, because that was the only handle I could get across all platforms. It is a little lengthy, but I wanted consistency across everything. And so.
Okay, so here's what I will tell you. You got to show your face. Like, you just got to do it. And I will just call every single one of you out. Like, Nancy had a hard time doing it. Jess already does it. I had a hard time doing it. If you're not showing your face, then I will tell you 28 days in a row, you can do it on whatever platform you're trying to boost engagement. If you don't like to show your face, start on Instagram stories, because they go away after 24 hours. Every day for 28 days.
Okay.
And you will start to get more comfortable. You will start to figure out who likes what topics, when to post that gets engagement. It'll just become more comfortable. All right.
Sam,
Yes.
I think it's really a natural thing, because especially when you have a quarter of a century in corporate, you're used to reflecting that brand.
That's right.
And it feels really alien to become your own brand. But I think it's a really good point. Like, you've got the juice. So think about yourself as your brand now, even though you have these projects that you do and you have these offerings, but you're kind of the brand. So it takes a while, but once you get comfortable with that, then it's like, it's not a corporate versus not corporate thing. It's a reflection of someone else's brand or your own. And when you get in that headspace, you can kind of like, I don't know, that just helped me a little bit. Maybe it'll help you.
The other thing I'll tell you is,
thank you.
It's okay to be a business owner. It's okay to put your chops out there and say, this is mine. And we have a hard time, just blanket statement, we have a hard time being okay with being a business owner. I went through the hella gauntlet to not be a business owner and make my company, when I first started it, not mine. It was super neutral. I had convinced myself that if it was neutral, I could sell it someday. Like, I didn't need to have my name on it.
I created it to sell it, like exit strategy and reverse engineer. So,
girl, I got your number, right?
Okay.
Like, I'm trying desperately to convince myself I'm getting married sometime in the next couple of weeks. And the guy that just walked in here with my lunch an hour late, was like, oh, well, you can't change your name. You own a business. I'm like, the hell I can. I don't want that one. I married that guy 25 years ago, right? And he's like, well, what about your business? That's exactly the reason why I did not want my name on my business. And as soon as I said Cat Fry and the Oxygen Coaches, because legally it is Oxygen Coaching Group, my business shot through the roof. Oh, there's somebody that we can actually put a name with that. There's a face with a name, because now it's not Pepsi. I'm not a product that you can buy off the shelf. There's somebody there.
Okay.
So I think you have to put yourself in, however you do that, whatever that process looks like for you. It's okay to be the business owner. And maybe someday somebody else is going to own it. And you can put a video out there with you shaking their hand and handing them the keys. But right now it's yours, and you have to figure out what that looks like for you.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Any other questions for me before I jump to Sean?
No, that's good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, Miss Berger, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right. Sean got a pregame a few weeks ago. All right. What do you like about it? What do you dislike about it?
I think what I like about mine is I like that it feels personal and not like, I like the picture that I have on there. I know that we did talk about I need to update the banner to Canva, because I think what I like about it and also what I don't like is that it feels personal, but it could be more like aligned with myself, Kat. I know that's something you and I talked about, like my bio could sound a little more like in my own voice and that sort of thing. I really like how my experiences look on my LinkedIn, that it feels really like full and fleshed out. I like that I have a couple recommendations. I could have some more, but yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at with it right now.
Okay, so first and foremost, nice job, because you did definitely do a lot of work on this one. The first thing that I will say is, at this point, your LinkedIn profile is 100%, this goes for everybody. It's not Instagram and it's not Facebook. You know, I think that there's a lot of people who get caught up in the fact that, oh, well, it's, you know, it's just another social media, which it is, and there are a lot of misuses in it, but this needs to be a reflection of you and how you come out in the world professionally. So I will say this to you again, and I would say it to anybody as well. That banner needs to be something that you creatively put together. You're in marketing. If you would present that to a customer as a marketing finished product, then I would leave it there. But I already know that that's not what you would produce to a customer in the end. So that needs to change. And by the way, I also know you're super artsy, so that's not a good reflection of you. Same thing for feedback in terms of your tagline. I help marketing companies with, you know, ABC. Especially because the conversations you and I have had, you don't do blanket marketing. You do a very niched type of marketing. So you need to say that, or you're going to continue to struggle with someone finding that. There's also a lot of value, in my professional opinion, knowing what you don't do. And when you can't figure out what you don't do, you're out there with the rest of the fish. So I would be a little bit more specific in that. I really like your about section. Obviously, that's way more cleaned up than it was. And I think you're a great example about how you can do this in a short, concise way, and not need to be half a page long. So I really like that. By the way, for those of you that are looking at this profile, we've already somewhat did this on the short form for her. So, all right. So this is what your skills can potentially look like when they're all sectioned out here. We weren't fixing Sean's skills, we were adding them. So it's a little bit easier that way. When the founder of the Fear Finding Project gets her page straight, then you're going to be able to link this. And since I know that's going to happen near, I won't give you shit about that box right there. All right, so this is way better. Obviously, you got a couple of these hammered out. The only other thing I will tell you is the value of you building that portfolio. You need to have some featured items on here. Again, you got to get those on there because people wanting to see a reflection of your work, you're not fresh out of college anymore. So you got to have those. Okay. Any other questions for me on your profile right now?
Well, I know, Kat, when you and I met individually, and I figure everyone would benefit if we talked about this here too. I know you had mentioned the idea to me of having that kind of I don't remember the exact name of it, but kind of a short video, almost like with an introduction. Do you still think there would be some benefit of still putting that with all the other changes as well?
Well, I think that's one that would go in that featured content.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, very similar to how I have a video kind of talking about my company and whatever, just load it to YouTube and load it there for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Like a quick bio. Yeah.
Great.
This looks really good, girl. You did a lot of work on this thing. Nice job.
Thank you. But yeah, I don't think I have any other specific questions right now. No.
Okay. Let's do it.
I've been playing with this. So
That's good.
while
Well,
you've been talking. I don't
unfortunately,
know.
unfortunately for you, you didn't accept my request.
I didn't?
No.
How do I do that?
He's like, listen, I'll take your stinking class, but I'm not giving you access to my profile.
You can have access. Tell me what I need to do.
I just sent you a request. You just have to accept it.
Is it in my email?
It's actually probably on your LinkedIn dashboard right here up under network. All right, so
this is not my thing, so I'm doing my best.
So click on my network.
Got it.
So this looks awesome. And obviously she was working on this as we went. So, you know, 2 great pictures, different prospects, perspectives. Jess, I'm going to tell you the same thing. You need to go out and grab whatever you're using for your corporate name. You need to grab the corporate page, which is what's causing this grayed out.
Yeah, can you tell us how to do that? Like, can you really
Yep, sure. Yep.
Is that okay, Jess, that I asked?
Please.
I know we're on
Yeah.
your page,
Yeah.
but I just don't know how to
Please.
do it. So I figured maybe somebody else didn't know how to do it.
Shayna, I know you got to go in 2 minutes. You have any questions for me before you go?
Not right now. I've taken a lot of notes and I really appreciate the invitation to today and meeting
No
everyone.
problem. No problem. Have a great day.
You too.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Shayna.
So we need to create, you mean by grabbing my business name, you mean I need to go create a page for it?
You're just
a
going
profile, just a blank profile, but that has my name, my image, all of that.
Yeah, but it's a corporate page.
Okay.
So hang on one second. My internet's just lagging here real quick.
So like my actual LLC business, I use my LLC business name?
Yeah, is that Jessica Zuick RN?
No.
Okay, so Nancy,
it's an old
yes,
one that
I'll
I
get.
started forever ago.
Okay, hang on one second then. I don't know what's going on with the internet here. Come on. I'm also going to show you how to, Sam, did you tell me that your LinkedIn page has a bunch of numbers behind it too? Are you still fighting with that? Okay. So
Yes, that's, yeah. Because I mean, if somebody searched for Samantha Brown, you're going to get like 1 million, right? I mean, they either have to put Samantha Brown Connect More or instead of Samantha. Yeah.
All right. I will help you fix that as well.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So let's go back here real quick. Okay, so we fixed that. Okay, so when you have your, what is going on with my internet? What is this right here, Jessica Zuick RN?
What do you mean? Like, I have no idea.
I love you so much.
It was just there. I'm not kidding. Like I can function in very few spaces.
CLE Mommy RN is what you're.
That's my actual LLC. So when I started my LLC a decade ago, that's what I chose it as because I was doing new mother education.
Okay, and then what is certified registered nurse and anxiety coach Jessica Zuick RN?
So like that's basically what my business is. But my business is me. So I don't know.
So is it a DBA? No. Calm. Do you need my anxiety coach? I know one.
No. But you see, one of my tools is like gives me anxiety, so I just don't do it. I'll grow my business another way that doesn't require effort.
Not doing this costs you money. Not doing
I know.
This, remember? Okay.
I know.
So
that's why we're here.
A certified registered nurse, Jessica Zuick RN, is that like a DBA? Is that what you're using this as?
What's a DBA?
Doing business as.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yes, you need 2 business pages for both of those. All right. So here's what I will tell you. So see how yours are all grayed out first of all, University
Yeah.
Hospitals has a page.
Yeah.
Rainbow Babies has a page.
Yeah.
So when you go in here and edit this, you just need to link them,
Got it.
which you did down here with Cleveland State. See how they have their logo, John Carroll, they have their logo.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do that with Rainbows and with University.
Got it.
All right, so you need a couple of things. We're going to get back to building the pages here in just a minute. So let me do this. I actually really love this tagline. Did you just change this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I love this. That's good. You need to go into creator mode though, because you of all people need to have hashtags.
I am in creator mode. I just haven't, I just did that while you were talking about it.
Okay. All
So,
right.
but I don't have any hashtags listed.
Okay. So like if I were you, I would pick things like anxiety, work-life balance.
So just the hashtags that I'm always tagging in Instagram.
Yes, exactly.
Polybagel, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Somatic
Yes.
trauma release, da, da, da. Got
I
it.
think you can pick 6.
Okay. All right. That's easy enough.
Okay. Then you need featured posts. So if I were you, I would pick whatever some of your highest engagement posts are from Instagram and load them over here.
Oh, so I can take my reels. I can load my reels over here.
Correct. Yes. So when you and I were coaching the other day and I said, your content over there, start loading it over here.
Got it.
Does she have to reformat it or can it go right over?
Nope. It can all come over here. Your biggest task at this point is going to be, and this is going to be new for everybody that's on here now, the important pieces to getting a post on LinkedIn are, does it have a hook? You have 1.7 seconds. So the first thing on it is, does it have a hook? And I can rattle a couple of them off here for you in just a second, but does it have a hook? Then the body of the post, it needs to have some kind of picture. So in your case, you know, like you've got videos, they're captioned, amen and hallelujah. So that's good. If it's not a video with captioning, then is it an engaging picture or whatever? Please, for the love of Christ, do not just put up text. You'll see me do it every once in a while, but I have a really nice following and engagement that I can do that. And then a call to action. So does that mean, hey, your scheduling link, or does that mean like, share, and post, or does that mean like some kind of call to action? And then for LinkedIn, you are the first person to comment and you start tagging people. So for all of you today, like if you get on and you say, hey, great class with Kat Fry, really appreciate all the tips. I'm looking for 50 new followers in the next week. Please like, share, or tag someone who you think should be in my network. Okay. Then you get in a comment and you tag Nancy Berger, Jess Zuick, Sam Brown, Shayna, I don't even remember how to pronounce her last name, John Berger. And that's the first comment. Okay.
On the featured posts.
No, just a post, just a post.
Oh, just a post. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So for you, you have all of this content.
Yeah.
You're just plopping it over there. But what you're missing on Instagram are the bones of those posts, right? Like we talked about the other day, you don't have calls to action. You don't have those really great hooks. So when you repurpose them, that's what we're missing. LinkedIn wants media. LinkedIn wants to keep you on the platform, and they want engagement within about 5 to 6 hours. So you have to get in and tag people and encourage them to interact with you within the first 4 to 5 hours. So you start tagging people. You tag me on a post, I'm going to get in and start, hey, no problem. Great to have you in class, Jess. Boom, there's another one. Nancy says, oh my gosh, so nice to meet you, Jess. Saw you twice in 1 week. Bam, right? And then all of a sudden, look what happens. It's going. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to work harder. You just have to work smarter. All right, let me give you a couple of the calls to action, hooks that you can use. If I say them too fast, I will repeat them for you. Let me tell you a secret. Here's the truth. You're doing this one thing wrong. Unpopular opinion. I wasn't going to share this. If you want to achieve blank, listen up. That's really good for a video. Here's a hack you don't know. And I have a confession to make. Okay, so you have all of this awesome piece. We need to figure out the hooking to your own business part. You have existing content that we need to get the bones set up when you start posting. And you need recommendations. Okay, send me a request. Send me a request and I'll do one. Okay.
Got it.
She makes me not crazy. She makes me less crazy. How's that?
Thanks. Perfect.
All right. What questions do you have for me so far?
Nothing really. I have some work to do. And as I start to do all of this work, I will have questions. So I will be texting. Yeah. Don't you worry. I will be reaching out because, yeah.
I changed my number. Oh, no, I mean, all right. Let's talk about something called LinkedIn SSI. So if you Google, depending on which LinkedIn SSI, depending on which version of LinkedIn you have, even if you don't have Navigator, this still works because they offer you the whole 30-day trial, whatnot. But LinkedIn SSI is a newer tool that they gave you. It measures how you rank in your network. So let me jump through hoops. Hang on one second. How you rank in your network. So if you need connections in your industry, if you need prospects, if you need, just depends on what you need. Hang on. So it gives you a score. Oh my Lord, have mercy. It gives you 3 things: how you rank against your competitors, how you rank in your industry, and how you rank amongst your network. It this way. I usually pull this up ahead, and of course I did not do it today. Sorry, hang on one second. So if you go to LinkedIn Social Selling Index, or SSI, mine might not be polite today. It will give you an opportunity to see the rankings. I think that it is not the be all end all to how you build your network. But if you're curious, or if you already have Navigator, it's a really great tool to just see, like, hey, my profiles compared to my competitors, I'm doing really great, or compared to my competitors, I'm getting my butt kicked. check it out. Like I said, don't live by it. I may have to send you the link separately if it's not going to behave today. Sorry, this is my fault that I didn't pull it up.
No, that's
ahead.
all right, Kat. Don't worry about it. We can all
But
kind of
like I
look at
said,
it.
it's called Social Selling Index. But I will send you the link now that I can't pull it up. So that's one of the tools. Let's talk about some of the changes that LinkedIn has actually put in and how you can actually use your LinkedIn now. Sound fair?
Mhm.
All right. Da, da, da. Here we go. The computer just does not like me today. I apologize.
You have your internet is a little slow.
It's something, I don't know. There's literally nobody else home with me today, so I don't, it just doesn't like me. All right, so we talked about at the very beginning that your the three most important parts of your profile is to have a profile that people don't want to skip over. The second one is the messaging that's on your profile. Is it accurate? Is it engaging? Do people actually see what you want them to see? And then the third part is to interact. So I'm going to talk about a couple of tips. Some of them are on here, some of them we'll talk about. So be known. One of the things that is very important to keep in mind is the use of that bell. That bell, if you have people in your network who you need to be interacting with, you need to use the bell. Here's why. When you connect with a new person on LinkedIn, you will see them on the forefront of your feed for 2 weeks. They will overcome any other people on your feed. So like for those of you who are in my Innovation Women group, when you get a request from somebody on there because they're like, oh, hey, great to see you, you know, whatever, they're not necessarily a prospect for you, but they're going to be in your feed for 2 weeks. So if you are prospecting on LinkedIn or you're doing business with a customer that you want to be interacting with, make sure you use that bell because it's really important that you not skip over that. Here are the statistics about your photo. 36% more likely to receive a message and 20% more likely to get viewed with that photo. So kind of scary. Here, we talked about those side-by-sides. It's kind of a big difference when you don't have profiles that are super complete. You will get this entire deck, so you can keep looking.
Kat, do you have any control about how featured content is displayed? And what I mean by that is the order in which it's displayed?
Yep. Yeah, you can change its order. There's little
Okay.
arrows in there. Yep.
Okay.
All right, I can't take it. Hang on a second. Nobody told my computer that it was Monday. Here we go. No. Get an Apple, they said. It doesn't glitch. Not buying it.
Oh, you have Apple?
I actually have
glitches.
one of each. I have one of each sitting here so that I don't have this problem.
Everything glitches.
It's Mercury retrograde, so it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's it. That's
You've
it.
got
Thank
you've got through the 15th, you've got 4 more days. So none of this is surprising.
Thank you for that validation. We're going the manual way. All right, build your feed. The average time per session on a mobile user, 1.55 minutes. So this is why we push so incredibly hard for you to have a hook. So those few that I gave you, or if you want to build some of your own hooks, you know, are you frustrated with the sales process of your current team? Or does your marketing seem like it's falling on its head and you're not getting any interaction, or whatever you think? That 1.7 seconds goldfish statistic, as much as people laugh at me about it, literally has to be at your forefront. 1.55 minutes. The average time per month means they're only on there for 13 minutes. So if you think about your own usage when you get on LinkedIn and you start to scroll, how much patience do you have for the content that you absorb? I have about 2 minutes.
That's long.
It depends on how, yeah, it depends on the content that I'm absorbing. Now, if they're on a desktop, it's 3.15 minutes, not any better. So you have to, when you put these posts together, make sure that it's worth it, you know, not just for you, but for them. Here's a really scary statistic. So this has to do with the changes. So when you get a chance to look at this graph, if you're going to start to really open this deck, I would start on page 50. Ignore the rest of it. So start on page 50 when you open my deck. The posts that get the most interaction. So this is single image post, 21 engagements, 18 engagements. This is the most time that people spend looking at posts. So a single image gets the most interaction, or a promoted one, which means you pay for it. If you're going to do it, make sure you do something that's worth looking at. Let's talk about the time. All right, this is always one that people want to talk a bunch about, the best times to post. You can literally program your posts. You can do it through a bunch of different apps. Pick one that works best for you. I would encourage you not to pay for it. There's a ton of free ones out there. Sunday afternoons, Monday mid-morning, Tuesday mornings. All right, let's talk about Tuesdays. All of you have the opportunity to be a part of what I call my boost group. On Tuesdays, I send a free email out to the group. We put out a request for LinkedIn posts. If you choose to submit a post on Wednesday, you get a list of links and everybody in the group interacts, which means you get somewhere between 30 and 50 interactions on Wednesday on a post. We literally take your post and we boost it organically. Like I said, Celeste, who had 700 new followers in the first 2 weeks, we edited her profile. She puts one post in the boost group every week, and she has 50 new interactions plus what it boosts to her network, and she got 700 new followers. So if that is something that you'd like to be a part of, you can shoot me an email after class and let me know that you want to be a part of it. And then you would get an email actually starting tomorrow for a request to have that boost. It's completely free. It's probably the most valuable thing that I do all week long. And you can network with other people as well. There are people that probably wouldn't be a part of your network to begin with. And so you have a secondary layer of interaction from people that, you know, came out of nowhere for you. So those Wednesday posts, 9 to noon, Thursday 8 to 10:30, Friday in the afternoon, and then Saturday midday. Don't live and die by this. Do what works best for you. That's why we really encourage that 28-day challenge. You'll start to see what your network actually wants and interacts with. But if you need some kind of framework, this is what LinkedIn actually says is the right thing to do. These are some good do's and don'ts, how to actually get your posts seen. You know, the reality is that LinkedIn changes their algorithms, you know, more frequently now, about every 8 months. But the basis of it is always going to be, you want to interact with other people and you want people to interact with you. The other thing I will say about posting is I believe in something called priming. So if you're going to post and you really want people to see it, get on and interact with your network first. Let LinkedIn know that, hey, by the way, I'm showing up and I'm not here from a self-serving perspective. This same exact concept came from Instagram. So if you want to post something on Instagram and have it be seen at an exponential rate, then you get on, like and comment for 5-10 minutes, and then post. Your posts interactions will actually climb because Instagram knows that you're out there interacting with the network. If you use that exact same concept and use it on LinkedIn, you'll see your interactions climb. So these are supposed to be people that you know, like, trust. This is your network. So get on, work with the network a little bit for 5 minutes, then post, and you'll see the interactions on your posts increase. It's a really great time to do it on Tuesdays, and definitely do it again on Wednesdays. And it's 2 days worth of great content. All right, so that's in essence what they're talking about right here. Stick around and engage with at least 3 posts after you post. This is talking about the SSI score. I'll make sure that I get that link out to you. And making sure that people share your post is another one. So the most valuable thing that you can have done to your post is to have it shared. Liking is one thing, but liking is somewhat passive. So you're really kind of hoping that people share your post, you know, kind of keep that in mind. All right, what questions do you have for me? We have 2 other things that I promised to do today, and we've got about 17 more minutes. So what other questions do you have for me right now?
I don't have any questions. It's a lot of great information.
This does kind of tend to be a lot. Jess is like, what did you get me into, Kat?
No, I'm taking one step at a time. I've got to update my page. I already emailed you to boost me, and you know, all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
We're good.
I love it. I will make one other side comment as we're talking. If you do have both a corporate page and a personal page, spend your time on your personal page. Allow your corporate page to exist. Spend your time on your personal page. Your corporate page just doesn't get the exposure that it needs unless you are a big corporation.
Okay, Kat,
So,
can you just
don't
like
really-
super like corporate page for dummies right now? Like,
Yep, that's
do I
what we're
do?
gonna do. First, I'm gonna
Okay, good.
take the numbers off the end of your profiles. So, all right. So to take so when you pull your profile up and go to share it, right now, if you pull mine, my profile is literally linkedin.com/catfry, no crazy numbers after it. When LinkedIn first got started, they thought they were going to be super bougie and they were going to need all of this insanity stuff, and they just don't need that many profiles anymore. So if you have the numbers, if you go to your profile and go to settings, then you go to privacy. Sam, are you the only one that has them, or Jess, do you have numbers at the end of yours too?
I have numbers at the end of mine.
Oh, right there. Edit profile and URL. So go to your profile, edit URL. And then see the little pencil. Go ahead, Sam.
So I did that and I changed it to the human code coach. Would you recommend that? And that was only because I was trying to create some consistency across all the platforms. Do you recommend though that I change it to some? I don't think it would let me just do Samantha Brown. Or are you saying maybe it?
If I were you, I would leave it your name in some portion. Can you make it Samantha Brown, the human code coach? Because the problem is that I pulled that up under your name and there was nothing that said it was or was not you.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then let's go back here to my profile.
Can I ask a
Okay,
question, an opinion?
absolutely. Yes.
I was able to get Samantha Brown THC.
Oh gosh.
I could make it work to my advantage. I mean,
yeah.
the human code. I don't know.
Yeah.
That Samantha Brown's not available.
Yeah, there's probably too many. Can you make it Samantha Brown, the human code coach?
Okay, so that's not too long.
Just
No,
how
because
about
I
just
think
Samantha Brown, human code coach? Do you have to have the? That is kind of long.
Yeah.
Just Samantha Brown, human code coach, I think.
I
Right?
Okay,
think
I'll play with it.
I think whatever you pick, it has to have your name.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, Nancy, right, and Jess. Business, create a company page.
Oh, wait, you went to the business drop down. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, create a
Yeah.
company page.
Yeah.
And then literally all you have to put on that page is your logo and your contact information to make it valid enough. If you
Okay.
skip the logo, it's not going to link.
Okay. Got it.
And then contact information is just good form.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What other questions do you have? What did we miss? What all?
No, this was great.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, if you want to be in the boost group, shoot me an email. I think everybody knows how to get a hold of me via email. So you can shoot me an email. Then obviously you'd get into the boost group this coming week. I will send the deck and this recording once it's up on YouTube for you so that you can kind of parse out what is the most important for you. Like I said, that deck is the most relevant after about page 50. So feel free, if you got nothing better to do while you're doing your morning thing, you can look through the whole thing, but about page 50 is going to be where you're going to get all the most important information. If I'm going to be thorough at something in life, it's going to be in LinkedIn. And I think that that's kind of everything. Okay.
Really great. Thank you, Kat.
Thank you
Good.
so much,
Awesome.
Kat. So helpful.
Jess is like, I survived. I survived.
I
in
did.
The
No,
meantime,
I'm creating my business page. It said something funny. All right, I got my first one, my DBA.
I love it. Okay,
All right.
connect with each other. Sean is looking for a marketing job. So if you know a virtual one, she would 100% take it. If you know a business in Medina, Shayna is looking for civil engineer companies in Medina, Ohio, because she's got empowered young women who want to work in civil engineering. God love it. So, all right. Well, Sam, it was wonderful to see you.
Thanks, guys. It was great to meet you all. See you
Yeah.
on LinkedIn.
Thank you.
Nice to meet
See
you
you
guys.
soon.
Everybody.
See
Bye,
ya.
guys.
Bye,
Bye.
Kat. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, Sean.